let me tell you something. If you want 2024 to be your year, then you have to take it into your responsibility. Now, 2024 can either be the best year of your life or the worst. It can be the year where everything changes, or just another year in the long list of years where you just haven't done nothing. You just sat there, haven't done nothing with your life, haven't done change in your life. It could be another one of those. Do you want it to be another? Do you want 2024 just to be another year you're gonna tell your kids? You're thinking like, what are you doing in 2024? Oh, well, I just sat there, I didn't do nothing. I just played games, I just sat in my house all day. I didn't eat well, I didn't go to the gym a lot. I didn't improve myself. Is that what you want to tell your kids? Or do you want to tell your kids 2024, that's the year everything changed? The reason you're here right now, like talking to your child, is because 2024, that's the year it all changed. That's when I got the money, that's when I got the woman. That's when I met your mother. You make your choice. I think the choice is obvious, but you have to make your choice. Now, I know people don't like I don't like the top 5 things, like top 5 things to do, but this ain't like, this is just, I think of things that would help you, the viewer, right? I think of things and I list them out, and the first thing, which I think is the most important, is realizing your habits and your personality that you've got when you're growing up. Because obviously if you're watching this video, you're a bit older. You ain't 12, 10, like that. And what I mean by this is like, there's like scientific studies, I think it's like 7 to 12, right, where you're growing up, where your mind is like wired in a certain way. If you're poor when you were 7 to 12, then you're gonna have a poor mindset. If you're born in a family of immigrants, right, in 7 to 12 you're always saving money, and can't buy that, can't have this, or can't take a car there, fuel money, always save money. If you got that mindset, 7 to 12, maybe you're 16, maybe you're 18, maybe you're 20, that's not something you need to worry about anymore, but it's still in your head. Even if you don't want to worry about it, it's just something, it's literally wired in your brain that that's what you're going to do. If you get money, you're going to save it because it's scarce. You're not going to share it, you're not going to spend it, something like that. And maybe if you grew up differently, then your mindset 7 to 12 was you could spend money. And I see this with a lot of people. They're 7 to 12, they were like spending money, getting the games they want, getting all the toys they want, like just getting spoiled. Now that the cost of living crisis, and these people, they ain't coping, like drowning in like debt. Do you know why? Because 7 to 12, they develop this thinking, and it stayed with them. It stays with you. Whatever thinking it was, it stays with you. And to make 2024 your year, what you need to do is get your brain, get your wires. You're an electrician. Imagine this: you're an electrician. Go into your brain. You need to fix the wire, but you don't know what wires to fix, right? So I want you to take some time to just think, like meditate or something, and think. Not 7 to 12, but think, what kind of person am I? Take like a step back and look at yourself from the outside and the inside. Right, think, what kind of person am I? What habits, what thinking have I got from my parents, from my childhood, from my experiences, right? That just happened there, it's just subconscious. I just do them automatically, right? And you think of one, write it down. Don't think about it, just write it down if you think of one. After you've done that for enough, after you can't think anymore, and I mean like for 5 minutes, you ain't been able to think of nothing. What you do with that list is you arrange it in the good thinking mindsets and the bad thinking mindsets, the negative things that you don't want to be. You don't want to have the negatives. You want to keep the positives, take out the negatives. And how you're going to rewire your brain is by being mindful about, you need to always be mindful about what you're doing and what you're thinking. So whenever you do something, you think it's hard, right? It's hard, but whenever you're doing something, you need to think: is this being influenced negatively by my brain wiring from the influences I had as a child, like my personality that I developed? And if it is, then you stop. Train your brain into like thinking rationally. Think of what you would do if you didn't have that, and if it was just the positives, and what you replace the negatives with, right? And you keep doing that over and over again, and eventually you get so used to it. Like, I'll tell you a story, right? Story time. You can skip ahead. I'll tell you, like, probably like a minute. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. But when I was just starting out in business, right, I was learning about all this business thing, right? It was new to me. I didn't know nothing about this, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Imam Gaji, alright, and he told, well, in a video it said that whenever you walk into a business, instead of thinking as a consumer, think of like an investor. Think of how the business works and everything. And slowly, just at the start, 1 out of 10 businesses I walked into, I'd think about how it works as a business, but I'd keep trying to think more about the business and how it actually works. And now whenever I walk into a business, I think about a business, think about McDonald's, walk into this shop, walk into that shop, I'm thinking about the business. See, these are mindsets you can develop. You can force yourself, you can rewire your brain, you know. And now I walk into a restaurant. Maybe you think this is a negative. I walk into a restaurant, have food with my family, and I'm thinking, alright, we're paying this much for food. They've got this delivery. I wonder what their profit margins are. They're using this way to advertise this type of, you know, things on their window menu. They got deals. They must be making a certain amount of money. You know, or say like Domino's Pizza. They're like a corporate entity. They must have. Maybe they're doing all these deals and getting like pizza cheap because they don't want to waste ingredients, right? Something like that. And you can rewire your brain into thinking what you want it to think. So get rid of, once you've got that list, right, everything separate into the good and the bad, and focus on replacing the bad with either something good or just like stopping that way of thinking, right? It's easier to replace it than just stop it, right? Now, the second thing, which is another thing you need to reflect on, as that's the people around you. If the people around you, list the people that you hang around, even if it's like 10 minutes a week, list them, put them on a list, same thing, and think how much of them are positive. Not because like they're your friends or they're nice to you. I mean positive as in when you're spending time with them, it's actually productive. Like you're going to the gym, you're talking about business, talking about nutrition, talking about how to get better, talking about self-improvement, right? Not like gaming or whatever. And then you write down all the people that are negative, they're wasting your time, or they're putting you down. They're not on self-improvement, you know, stuff like this. And then once you've got the list, you know the drill. Good ones, fine, keep them. With people that are holding you back, get rid of them, because they're not just holding you back. Those people could be the difference between 2024 being your year and just another year added to the list of failures where you just didn't do nothing. Third thing, sort of similar. Realize who or what's taking your time. This is a bit different, right? Because say you're not actually like, they're not like influencing you as people, but say you're chasing a girl that's taking your time. You're chasing a woman that's taking your time. They should either be chasing you, right? Or you should be chasing the money. You should be chasing the gym. Because they with the money and the gym, they come with that. If you chase the girls, you're not going to get nothing. It's just a waste of your time. You chase money, chase the gym, chase the lifestyle changes. You know, improve yourself, and once you're at the top, because what you want to do is chase your like don't want to chase women. You want to spend your time getting to the top of the leaderboard, not trying to get with women. And once you get higher in the leaderboard, they're going to start chasing you. You don't need to do nothing. So look at the people around you. Think, am I wasting time with this person? Should I just drop them and focus on something else? Because there's plenty of fish in the sea. I'm just going to say it. Plenty of fish in the sea. What also comes into this is what's taking the time. You're watching, think about this. You're watching one video or movie or episode a day. Say it's half an hour. That's too much. Half an hour sounds, half an hour a day, that's not that much, right? But then you do the maths. 30 times 7, what's that? 210 minutes, right? Divide that by 6 to find the hours, right? And then you end up spending 3.5 hours a week. 3.5 hours a week. That's a lot. That's more than most people even spend in the gym. And that half an hour. Imagine if you're spending 10 hours a week on your business. You could be spending 13 or 13.5 hours on your business, but you're not, because this little half hour is holding you back. And that could be the difference between 2024 being your year and it just being another year in the list of years where you didn't do anything. Now, the fourth and final thing is realizing what you're missing. You've got rid of all the negative things that are harming you. Now, think of all the positive things which you're not utilizing, which you could be. If you're not going to a failure in the gym, if you're not actually in the gym, if you could be studying more, or you could use another tool to study, another way to study, another way to learn. If you could be reading books, you're not reading books. If you're not listening to audiobooks and podcasts and trying to gather information, or if you're not working out a certain way, or if you're not talking to people, like certain people, trying to learn stuff. Learning is the biggest thing. Learning about gym, learning about business, learning to talk to people, learning about lifestyle. If you can cut out the negatives if you're still eating Mackies, right? What you're missing is a good diet. So you need to work out what you're missing and imagine the person you want to be. Businessman, millionaire, billionaire, I don't care. Businessman, entrepreneur. He doesn't eat Mackies, he eats a clean food. He eats steak and lettuce maybe, right? Steak and salad. And then he has some chicken and he has some eggs. And he's got testosterone fueling for his veins because he actually eats like a man. And he has nuts and he has eggs. If that's the type of man you want to be, you want to start with those habits now. Because when you envision that man, they're eating that for a reason, not because they're rich. They're rich because of the things they eat. They don't eat what they eat because they're rich, right? Now, so envision that entrepreneur. Find what you're missing, what that entrepreneur has that you don't, and substitute it into your life. And that could be the difference between 2024 being your year, or just another year added to the list of years where you didn't do anything and just wasted your time. But the final thing, most important, super quick, the only person holding you back is you. You have to take responsibility. Everything that goes wrong is your fault, and you won't understand it now, and if you do, then you're lucky. But once you understand everything, you have to take everything, as you have to take blame for everything that happens in your life. Once you do that, you're golden. Because if you think of it as someone else's problem, you're not going to try to fix it. If everything's your problem, you've got the power to fix everything. Right. I've got a free community if you want to join it. Ask some questions. Send me a message. Need any help, you can DM me, or just remember to subscribe and get more videos like this coming up on your timeline. Cheers.